This weekend, the Toyo Tyres Motorsport UK British Rallycross Championship heads to Lydden Hill in Kent. Glorious weather, a big crowd and a good entry as well as we look forward to the second instalment in this battle between Julian Godfrey and Derek Tohill. It was Julian Godfrey who came out on top at Silverstone in the opening round of the championship. On Silverstone's tight and twisty circuit, Godfrey bolted away at the start of the final, and Irishman Tohill did everything he could to find a way back onto terms with the Mitsubishi Mirage, but it just wasn't to be. So 5 times British champion Julian Godfrey leads the title race ahead of Derek Tohill, and then Pat Duran. It's Steve Hill 4th from Mike Manning and Steve Mundy in 6th.
Julian Godfrey's second round of the British Rallycross Championship. You're here at Lydden Hill with a different car to the car you raced to victory in round 1 at Silverstone. What's the story with the Fiesta appearance?
We started getting the Fiesta out. Like Spencer Sport did a very good deal on the Mirage, but this year they can't do as good a deal they did last year. So if we sort of run with the Fiesta for the rest of the year and see how it goes. The starts are always very good on the Mirage and very good traction off the start line. So the Fiesta's not as good there, but the Fiesta still turns in very, very well. So hopefully we can still be at the top.
It is time for the supercar final in the Toyo Tyres Motorsport UK British Rallycross Championship. Is it going to be an Irishman or an Englishman to come out on top? Julian Godfrey made the running in Q1, but ultimately Ollie O'Donovan got the best time. The Irishman fastest in Q1. We had a good Subaru battle between Nigel Burke and Liam Manning, but it's all been about the Fiestas today. The same was true in Q2. Tohill, Godfrey and O'Donovan, all of them having the pace. O'Donovan ran wide coming out of the hairpin, but that didn't slow him. Derek Tohill chased as hard as he could, but once again it was Double OD who came out on top. But a puncture late in the race in Q3 badly affected O'Donovan, and that gave Derek Tohill the chance to be the fastest as he came through to take honours in the 3rd qualifying race of the day. Now, it's all eyes on who will win the final. At the end of qualifying, Ollie O'Donovan will take pole position, but Derek Tohill on the middle of the front row has Julian Godfrey alongside him. Jake Harris has had a good day, so too has Pat Duran.
At this circuit, particularly, arguably the most difficult grid position to be in on the front row, because you can't make your decision about when to joker before the race. You've got to see how it plays out, really.
Just get a better start on the pair of them and be gone. That's the end of it. Job done.
Julian, solid day for you. Nothing spectacular, but you've been there at the front all day long. Outside of the front row for the final, what can you do from there?
Yeah, it's not a bad place to be. If I can get a good start, then probably go straight into the joker, keep out of trouble, and so try and just keep going and get the points.
Starting on pole position, that's obviously the best place to be, and also leaves you no option about whether you take the joker or go in the standard lap on the first lap.
Not really. I think best place to be here is actually second on the grid, because in pole you're down in that hole, plus you have to pick up the gravel from the join of the main track. It's not the best place to be. I prefer to start from second. Both Julian and Derek have outrun me today from the middle of the grid, so it's pretty. I know. I think I'd have been happier being second, but there you go. We're in pole. We'll make the best of it.
Pat, second round of British RX, your home circuit, going pretty well?
Yeah, I think so now. We seem to have been a bit down on power for the last few heats and even the last event. But we've got it back now, so hopefully we'll be able to compete out there.
Intercooler problem you had at Silverstone, is that a legacy of that?
Well, yeah, I think so. I think we thought that was a problem. It was a problem, but there was something else as well. So, but all fixed now, so no excuses.
We're ready to go racing then. The final is formed here at Lydden. This is the Toyo Tyres Motorsport UK British Rallycross Championship, and the man on pole position is Ollie O'Donovan. Derek Tohill is with him on the middle of the front row, Julian Godfrey on the outside. Row 2 is Jake Harris with Pat Duran for company. Then it is Andy Grant, Nigel Burke and Liam Manning in as a reserve, Dan Mike stepping out of the race. Everybody looks towards the lights, which any second will blink green now. Who makes the best start? Good getaway by Tohill, even better getaway by Godfrey. Derek Tohill does not joker, and therefore Ollie O'Donovan has to go with him. They're side by side round Chesson's Drift. Godfrey jokers, so does Liam Manning, but it's O'Donovan who comes out ahead, and that could well be crucial. There is Godfrey, he's joking, he's got it out of the way. Now he can push to the end of this 6-lap race. O'Donovan leads the pack, Tohill being given a tough time by Jake Harris, goes out of the devil's elbow. They climb the hill together now. Brake hard, down through the gears, touch the handbrake to drag the car around. There's a bit of damage look on the front of Derek Tohill's car, where he rubbed up against Ollie O'Donovan, but it is O'Donovan away by, 2 lengths as they drop down towards paddock. Harris third, Duran is fourth. Across the loose they bounce now up to the end of lap number 1 of the 6, and O'Donovan does lead the way as Duran jokers, but I reckon the gap's come down a smidge between the top 2. Tohill is getting closer to O'Donovan. Duran gets very sideways there into that chicane on the joker lap. Andy Grant is behind him, and there are the race leaders, and the gap is definitely less. Derek Tohill taking Jake Harris with him. Jake having one of his best days in a supercar, not that far adrift in third place. This is O'Donovan's view. Fourth, third, second gear, down to first, grab the handbrake, up the curb, gets sideways. Where is Derek Tohill in all of this? Can he find a way through on pace, or does he have to try and do it on the jokers? Down they come, into paddock, turn right. Lower down, Andy Grant has got Nigel Burke for company. Focus versus Impreza, the Subaru chasing the Ford. Derek Tohill now goes for that joker. Ollie O'Donovan does not. Nigel Burke heading Liam Manning in the Subaru fight. Derek Tohill bounces his way out of the chicane, and there is Julian Godfrey. This is going to be crucial. Godfrey can't quite get up alongside Tohill, so on the jokers, Derek Tohill, despite the back of the car falling apart around him, he is ahead now. Andy Grant gets the joker done now, makes his way back onto the loose, and Derek Tohill's car has certainly picked up big damage on the front and now more at the back, but despite bodywork peeling away from the car, he is ahead of Julian Godfrey, and so now it's game on as far as the race lead is concerned. O'Donovan has the gap and very wide goes Harris, but when O'Donovan jokers, will this man, Derek Tohill, in what's left of his Fiesta, get the race lead? Let's see. O'Donovan goes for the joker, Harris jokers behind him. Where is Derek Tohill? It's going to be close, it's going to be very close. It is going to be Derek Tohill ahead. He's gone through on the joker lap. Derek Tohill leads at Lydden. He's never had a British Championship victory here before. This could well be the day. And Derek Tohill, with smoke pouring off the back of the car, with bodywork falling off the back as well, has the advantage as they now dive into the hairpin. O'Donovan closing right up under braking. He can't get too close because there's all of this car in his way coming off the back of Derek Tohill's Fiesta. That bodywork peel back like a tin can. Across the loose they go. Just wonder whether the officials are going to be happy to let that carry on as Andy Grant goes through on the inside there of Nigel Burke. He goes through and gains a place in the process, but he understeers a bit wide coming out of the hairpin, and Burke gets back through. Derek Tohill with bodywork now starting to peel itself off, flies into the face of O'Donovan. That's always the fear. Bodywork flies and it hits the car behind. O'Donovan isn't phased, it seems, by that. Julian Godfrey still there in third place, but O'Donovan can't really stay close enough. He is good under braking again there. Look, you see the gap come down, but Derek Tohill sprints clear out of the hairpin. Into paddock, through that right, then flick, left and right, back onto the tarmac oh so briefly, and then plunge onto the loose at Cheston's Drift. They all clamber up the curb there, but Tohill, after the joker, is getting away. You could argue it's because the car is lighter, but equally, it may not be 100% fit after the damage has been sustained. There's clearly contact to create all of that damage. Bits of car in the middle of the road, there's damage on the front, lots of damage on the back, and Derek Tohill leads, but now who is going to be second? He is getting away, but it's game on for second spot between now O'Donovan and Godfrey. Grant is ahead of Manning, is ahead of Burke. There is O'Donovan, and Julian Godfrey has dropped back a little bit. Now has Godfrey got a problem? Suddenly the pressure is released from Ollie O'Donovan. The race leader is Derek Tohill, who looks as though he's heading for a win at Lydden Hill. He sprints his way through the chicane. Checkered flag is waved, and Derek Tohill wins round 2 of the Toyo Tyres British Rallycross Championship. Second is Ollie O'Donovan, and third will go the way of a delayed Julian Godfrey. Right at the very end, something has gone wrong with Godfrey's car as Andy Grant understeers out of the hairpin. So drama all the way through the race here at Lydden. Andy Grant is on target here for 6th place, despite all the understeer that you can see there. He's going to be ahead of Liam Manning 7th and Nigel Burke 8th, but it's a win for Derek Tohill. Race results first of all. Derek Tohill is the winner from Ollie O'Donovan and Julian Godfrey. Jake Harris 4th ahead of Pat Duran, and Andy Grant in 6th.
Derek Tohill second at Silverstone. Your first ever British Rallycross Championship victory here at Lydden Hill must be a fantastic feeling.
Amazing, yeah. Great job by everyone all day. to work hard first, but I felt we really earned it. It was a kind of a gritty, it was a hustle out there with Ollie, you know. Brilliant end to the day to get the win.
And the championship lead with it.
Fantastic, yeah. So I guess we'll be here for round 3, so.
Yeah, it was a very hard race. I mean, Derek did make the better start, but I did manage to stay in front of him for Chessons, and stayed in front of him for 2 laps, really, and he made me work very hard. And I was surprised when he jokered that he actually found 2 seconds in the next lap, because when I jokered, Derek was clean in front of me and I couldn't really catch him. Yeah, I'll just stay with him for the last of the race, but I couldn't do anything about it.
Julian, I think it's fair to say that you didn't have the ultimate pace today, but you were, as always, there or thereabouts and right there in the final.
That's right, yeah. No, we had a few problems during the day with Trishaft in first heat, a few problems in the second heat, and then Campbell jumped the tooth in the third heat. But in the final, it was going well until the last lap of the intercooler hose split. So it hasn't got quite the grip out the corners as the Mirage has, but need a bit more work on it to improve it.
So let's see what all of this does to the championship. We have a new leader. That's Derek Tohill, 2 points ahead of Julian Godfrey. Pat Duran third ahead of Steve Hill and Mike Manning. Always a highlight of any Toyo Tyres Motorsport UK British Rallycross Championship event is the Motorsport UK Junior Rallycross Championship. Won at Silverstone by Luke Constantine, but here at Lydden Hill, Roberts Vitols has been the man to beat across all 3 qualifying runs. Roberts Vitols then is the man, the Latvian, on pole position. Luke Constantine with him at the front of the grid. Patrick O'Donovan on the outside of row 1. Row 2, Tom Ovenden and James Constantine. The third row is Ben Sayer, Archie Thomas and then Alfie Porter. Lights go green. We are away and racing. Everybody accelerates off now down towards Chessons Drift for the first time. And the cars bounce their way across the loose section with Roberts Vitols being the man in charge. Vitols it is ahead. Constantine, Luke Constantine in second spot. Those that are doing the Joker lap, including Alfie Porter, making contact with the barriers there. But Vitols has the advantage as the cars now come down through the Devil's Elbow. The top 2 trying to get away, but Tom Ovenden has made a decent start. He's up into third and Ben Sayer fourth from being on the back row of the grid. To the hairpin they come then. Brake hard through that tight right. Tom Ovenden in his first year of junior rallycross, keeping Ben Sayer at bay in his sophomore year. Down towards the right at paddock comes Vitols in the lead. Now can Luke Constantine do anything here about getting back onto terms with the race leader? Let's see. Luke Constantine back onto the tarmac. He was the man that was second in the championship last year, just 2 points away from winning the championship as Ben Sayer there, look, goes for the Joker lap. The former karter and motocrosser, third in the championship last year, heads back towards the loose, but it's Vitols up front. He made his debut in British Rallycross at Lydden in one of the Clubman's events last year. He's driving also this year in Super 1600 in the Latvian Championship. He's got a Peugeot at his disposal. But right now, the focus is to try to win this junior round at Lydden, and he comes through the hairpin looking pretty good up front. Second, Luke Constantine doing the chasing, and Tom Ovenden from the second row of the grid looking good in that third place. Patrick O'Donovan is the one, certainly on the Jokers, that has dropped back a little bit at the moment, but as the stagger unwinds, let's see where he is at the end of the 6-lap final. Across the loose, out of that chicane, a strip of tarmac, and then some turn right at Chessons. Others go for the Joker lap, including Tom Ovenden here. Son of Tristan Ovenden, the man to beat within the Super National class. And can we get young Tom onto the podium as well? His dad's going great guns at the moment with that V6 Clio. So down towards the Devil's Elbow goes the leading battle. Patrick O'Donovan in the meantime is coming under attack. Right there with him from the second row of the grid is James Constantine, the man that was fourth in the championship last year, cousin of Luke, who's going so well up front. Ben Sayer behind after jokering, and he in turn has now got himself ahead of Ovenden. So Sayers on the Joker lap gains a place. There's Patrick O'Donovan, second generation racer of course, Dad Ollie O'Donovan, one of the stars of the supercar class. Ovenden now with work to do, but Roberts Vitols it is leading the way as they come through paddock. There is this battle pack headed by O'Donovan. Sayer keeping Ovenden at bay. And James Constantine there in the green car in the mix as well. These 1300cc Suzuki Swifts, and you're looking at number 107, which is Luke Constantine then. So He was second behind Robert Svitals. He gets the Joker out of the way. He maintains track position. Now let's see what he can do then as the cars sprint their way once again up towards the Devil's Elbow. Brake hard, turn into the corner. Battles rage on all the way through the field here, and you're looking at car number 8 going through. James Constantine trying to attack, trying to defend, and someone's got a problem. It's Svitals. The race leader slows heading up the hill. Robert Svitals, the race leader, has got a big problem. The car has got into limp home mode almost. He's crawling out of the hairpin, trying to hang on to a place, trying to just get to the end and get some points out of this. And then suddenly the car picks up pace again. He gets up the inside of Ovenden. The leader goes through to start the last lap. Ovenden is forced out wide, and Svitals now has got the pace back in the car. So whatever it is that's going on, now he's got a bit more pace once more. Very strange indeed, as you see Alfie Porter there coming out of the hairpin. Porter in his debut season of Rallycross in the car that last year was taken to the championship by Tom Constantine. However, it is now nose to tail between Luke Constantine and Patrick O'Donovan. So as all the jokers were going through, it looked as though O'Donovan had lost out. Now he's right on the tail of the race leader and closing up, in fact, going into the tight right at the top of the hill at the hairpin. But for the moment, Luke Constantine is able to keep him at bay. Now they accelerate down the hill once again here, but this is the last time of asking. Into paddock, Luke Constantine looking to make it 2 from 2, but Patrick O'Donovan has got the speed. He's going to run out of time though. Constantine wins at Lydden. Patrick O'Donovan comes through for second, and third over the line is James Constantine. Robert Svitals, though, the real hard luck story of the race. Down in 6th, having led the bulk of it. He's behind Tom Ovenden and Ben Sayer. The top 3 though, James Constantine is third behind Patrick O'Donovan and Luke Constantine. Luke Constantine's championship lead increases over Patrick O'Donovan. James Constantine is up to third at the expense now of Robert Svitals. Ben Sayer 5th, and it's Tom Ovenden in 6th.
Luke, a second win in a row, but that wasn't straightforward by any means, was it?
No, it was a really tough day with Svitals. He was really fast today. He definitely deserved it. He was pulling out stunning lap times through all of the heats, and he was really quick today around Lydden. With a car problem in the final, we just nipped him, so yeah, it was really close.
We had a really strong day. We managed to get it from 8th to 3rd in the first heat, and just kind of made our way up throughout the day there. It was tough to get past the competition throughout the day. Everybody was really pushing hard and being on point throughout the day. Both rounds now, finishing within a second of Luke. We'll get him one day, but yeah, looking forward to Pembrey.
We are ready for the Super National final here at Lydden Hill. The Motorsport UK Super National Rallycross Championship, headed by the man on pole, Tristan Ovenden, Paige Bellaby and Darren Scott alongside. Craig Lomax and Paul Coney are on row 2, ahead of Dave Ellis, Leanne Sedgwick and Vince Bristow at the back of the grid in that spectacular BMW. Lights go green. Good start made by Ovenden. He unleashes the Clio V6 and storms away down towards Chesson's Drift. Darren Scott goes for the Joker, so does Craig Lomax, who gets into the door of Paul Coney and turns him sideways. And Lomax just gets through ahead as they wriggle their way from the Joker back down towards the loose. On board with Bellaby now. Ovenden ahead, getting away a little bit. Paige Bellaby in the Lotus then in second spot. Third is Leanne Sedgwick, Vince Bristow fourth, and then Dave Ellis with the Suzuki Swift next in the queue. They head uphill. Vince Bristow struggling a bit for grunt, it seems, there, because Ellis has a look to the outside line, brakes hard, and then turns into the hairpin. The 3 Series BMW is about to come under attack from Darren Scott, who missed Silverstone, but he's going well here. Ovenden, though, is absolutely flying. Scott goes through on the inside of Vince Bristow, who gets all crossed up in the dirt. The car bouncing out sideways, but now blasts over the line. So Darren Scott sets off in pursuit of Leanne Sedgwick, and there is Vince Bristow. He's on that Joker lap, brakes hard, flicks the car through the right and then the left and then the right again, steps back onto the loose as Dave Ellis comes under attack now from Craig Lomax. Leanne Sedgwick, however, in the Mini is under attack from the Citroën, there in the hands of Darren Scott. Tries to go right round the outside, which he does, and that puts him in the ideal line up towards the hairpin. Scott goes through, gains a place. The race leader, Tristan Ovenden, then clear of Paige Bellaby. The Lotus Exceed blasting its way now with the back skipping into the air back towards tarmac. Leanne Sedgwick going through with a touch of understeer. There, Dave Ellis going through with one of the drivers expected to go well this weekend, Peter McGarry, having retired in Q2, not making it into the final, having gone pretty well at Silverstone. That's taken a bit of the pressure away from the likes of Ovenden and Bellaby. with the wheel pouring the air. Tristan Ovenden comes out of the Devil's Elbow and climbs the hill once more as Paul Coney now is ahead of Craig Lomax, and he's about to make a move against Dave Ellis. He will go through, will he? The Corsa goes through on the inside. Up the curb goes Paul Coney. Good three-way battle going on here. The Super 1600s and Super Nationals all merged together. And there you see Craig Lomax going ahead of Dave Ellis on the outside line. Tristan Ovenden, though, is just ticking off the laps here. This circuit, with the long, fast sweeps, really does lend itself to that V6 Clio. Paige Bellaby needing it to be wetter and or tighter and or twistier. Even so, second place is a pretty good result. Second gear out of the chicane, back on the power. Tristan Ovenden, again, three-wheeling his way round that tight left of the Devil's Elbow, is looking good for the race win. He's concentrating not only on his own racing today, but that of his son Tom, who is now on the junior rallycross grid. As you see there, Dave Ellis, new to the championship this weekend, stepping down back onto the normal lap, coming out of the Joker through Cheshunt's Drift. Ovenden, though, is heading for another win. He won at Silverstone, and it looks as though a second of the season is on target here. Serves the Joker, the Clio, immaculate, goes right and left. He accelerates down the Dover slope once more as Paige Bellaby is looking good for second place here. So much effort having to be put into the car. Third gear is grabbed, back towards the tarmac, up to fourth. But Paige Bellaby looking strong for second place, even if she's not going to have the pace of the Clio. But Darren Scott here, with the best of the Super 1600 spec cars, is going fantastically well. Well clear of the class opposition and staying pretty much on the coattails of the Lotus Exige in second place to Paige Bellaby. Downhill comes Paige. It's going to be a win, though, for Tristan Ovenden. Through he comes, out of the chicane. One more lap to run now. Checkered flag will be made ready at the end of the next lap. Bellaby there going through in second spot. Paige Bellaby still hustling on. Paul Coney in the meantime now with Leanne Sedgwick between him and the Craig Lomax driven Citroën, which goes for the inside as Leanne Sedgwick now goes for the Joker lap. So the Mini drops down the order as a consequence. Up front, though, it is all looking good here for Tristan Ovenden. He comes out of the hairpin, he blasts his way downhill and heads now into the right-hander of Paddock. A race win is going to go his way. With it, an increased lead in the championship, and it's a win on home soil, and it's going to be 2 from 2 in the Super National Championship. Tristan Ovenden wins at Lydden Hill. Paige Bellaby chases him home in second place, and third, an inspired third, goes the way of the best of the Super 1600s, that of Darren Scott. Paul Coney comes through next. He takes the checkered flag. So it is a win for Tristan Ovenden from Paige Bellaby, Darren Scott, with Paul Coney fourth ahead of Craig Lomax.
The car just seems to keep getting better and better and better. Another fantastic victory at your home circuit.
Yeah, it's really, I do try really hard here, and it has worked out actually, because I think there was some fellas from Ireland that I thought would be quick, and he hasn't had much luck today, but he was quick, his lap time was good, so I thought we were going to be up against it a bit more, but it worked out, and I'm so pleased to win our home event, yeah.
You've been in this position quite a few times now, a really strong drive from yourself, but Tristan's just got such a powerful engine in that Clio, hasn't he?
Yeah, he does, and we are working towards building another engine to go in the Lotus to try and give us that little bit more power to at least be able to compete with Tristan for the win. But it is what it is at the minute, we can only pray for some bad weather.
At Pembrey next time out, your car suits that track a lot better, it's a bit tighter, a bit twistier. Looking forward to more there?
Yeah, absolutely. I've had some really good results at Pembrey over the years, and so it'll be exciting to get back. I believe they're making some more changes to the circuit, so it'll be really interesting to see what they do, because each time it seems to just get better.
Darren, you missed the first round at Silverstone, back for your home round here at Lydden Hill, and a fantastic drive. You fought your way back up through the field in the final and finished on the podium.
Yeah, I must admit the day couldn't have gone any better, should I say. We've had no problems whatsoever. We've done a lot of progress with the car over the winter and done a rally in January, just to change a few things, and it's been good as gold. It was quite nice to look in my mirror in the final and see Craig and Paul fighting for that Joker lap. And to get going and sort of try and catch up to Paige, over the moon.
As far as the championship is concerned then, Tristan Ovenden now has a 10-point advantage over Paige Bellaby, who's up to second, and it's Craig Lomax up to third as Peter McGarry falls to fourth. The next stop is going to be Pembrey, a crucial double-header weekend in Wales.